The other thing you may have noticed is that the elevation tags right here are not around the building where it's located. So I just selected it, and I'm going to do a move and move those over. Let's move them again. Went a little too far. And then let's see about moving them out. Let's zoom in here and get them out beyond my building. So I'm going to move that out here. These are okay. And then move this one out too. So now I've got my elevations set up for this building. So if I go in and open my north, or let's say my south elevation, which is this one right here, I can see, well, no, I can't see them because, once again, masses are not turned on. So I'm going to click into the view and then go edit, and once again turn masses on so that I'll be able to see all my masses that were brought in. Okay. The other thing that I need to do is then verify the levels that I created before. I created these levels in Formit, and you can see it brought them in. The only thing it didn't do is this level 2 here. That was in the default already created, so it deleted. And then the 0, 0, so I'm just going to delete that because I don't need it. And then the 0, 0, level 1 here, as we can see. Okay. I have to tab key until I can get that level. There we go. And this is actually the finished floor. Oops, I want to keep that at 0. Let's see if I can get there. Yeah. So this is the first finished floor. So I'm going to make sure that that's noted. And yes, adjust all the. And I'm going to set this kind of right up here right now so that it'll be easier to see. Adjust it. Okay. I'll set a top of curve. Okay. And what I want you to see is that because of the way I modeled it, that my south view here of my building, okay, these are not with it. So what I want to do is move those over. And so I'm going to select, they're all linked together. So I'm just going to collect here, and when I move these, it should move all the others. And so basically I'm using the center button to pan, and I'm going to move those to right there. Okay. The first level was not locked, and now they're all kind of locked together. So if I move them again, it'll move together. That's probably a little far out. And one thing that I noticed here is that, well, first of all, my building, the finished floor, the first finished floor, okay, is not down here at this finished floor, and it should be. And let's name some of these. Once again, I'm going to go back and rename some of these. Easier to find and use. So I'm going to hit the WT key real quick and page everything. And let's look at here. And let's name some things. So I'm going to select this. And right now it's just called this generic Formit Group 1. And I'm going to go into Families and into Masses and Formit Group 1 right here. And that's actually, I'm going to rename it. And rename that street. That's my street surface that I created. And in the family type here, rename that, and we'll name street also. This right here then, I'm pretty sure is my blocks, my city blocks. If I click on it, yeah, Formit 2 type 1, yeah, that's it right there. So I'm just going to once again rename this city blocks, and we'll just call it blocks, since they're all grouped together right now as one entity. They're not separate. So that'll get that kind of organized. Let's go back to, once again, I'm going to hit WT, the elevation here. There's my elevation. And of course I had on my bigger screen, on my 27-inch screen, I wouldn't be able to flip this. I could have them all up at the same time, but I can't do that right now. Okay. We'll notice here. So what we need to do is I'm going to move this from here to the first, which is 6 inches down. Okay. And that should make all that line up. And then so now it's sitting on the finished floor where it should be. The block here, actually, that block right here should be, those blocks should be at top of curve. So what I'm going to do is move them, and I'm just going to go from here to, and snap to top of curve right there. Okay, and that's 1 foot 6 inches down, and you'll see I still have another surface sitting in here. And this is when it's helpful to have two views open up. Yeah, now it's fitting. If I zoom in here, you can see it's down below that, which is where it should be, 6 inches. So now we have our 6-inch curve from our street. Okay, so once again, I had to make some adjustments, and primarily it's because I evidently didn't model these on those exact levels when I modeled them. And so that's all I need to do at this point. So I'm going to stop this tutorial right here, and then in the next one show you how to set up an energy analysis.